for down one. Yeah, might get up for down one.
Yeah,
the defenders have lost their ruff.
They go king up diamonds and a spade to the king and ace. They have to switch to a heart. They play the queen of diamonds, but now they could lose, as you say, a diamond. They have to play hearts twice up. If the defense play it once, and I guess that's enough.
User joined your channel.
Yep.
Well, I'm predicting in the other room they're going to play in spades doubled somewhere along the line. Well, it still doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter because the jack of diamonds go. Now he can rough out the ace of spades, rough the low, but he hasn't got a heart trick yet. Yes, he can rough two spades, and rough out the ace, but he's got to play hearts twice to his hand. Once he roughs one spade,
then North can win and play a trump.
Heart and play a diamond.
Yeah, good try, nonetheless. So can declare a rough a spade, rough a club, and give up on playing the hearts towards hand until they've played 2 rounds of spades. King of spades. So declare plays king of spades, ace, rough, club rough, spade rough. Now plays the hearts.
North will just win it and cash the diamond and play a club, and that's the end of the answer. He's decided not to worry about the roughing out this. Not even playing a heart, so she's going to lose spade and the hearts. So she's going to go 2 down probably. But I think it's all going to happen, depend what happens in the other room. Usually, when you have an average board on a disaster-prone hand, you could pick up when the other room has the thought about disaster.
Yeah, this is an eye of the storm result. Nothing really happening on this table. It could be 730 or 800, one way or the other.
So I saw that one of the Chinese teams, was it China or Taipei, is doing very well and is about the same score as Lavazza. Is it this team or is it the Taipei team? Or you don't know?
I did not see the match this morning.
I saw the kind of running scores, and Lavazza was like a point ahead of one of the Chinese teams, but I'm not sure if it was Taiwan or I'll play another heart. Good defense. Well, the other room was 3 spades by South -3, but someone forgot to double. Or maybe they were worried to happen what happened in this room, that they did double, and your partner took it out. I know one thing about Noberto. If you double under the 7 level, it's always a takeout double.
Right.
If you double with Augustine, it'll be a penalty double, but most Italians don't like penalty doubles below game.
That's my experience too.
Having said that, playing with Giorgio, we started penalty doubling a lot, and I think he enjoyed it very much. He had a lot of success after we were doubling, and he would come back and tell his teammates, we doubled them for penalties, you know. Packy Bridge is not so bad. Right, so it ended in a 9-im swing, but it could have been more. Meanwhile, China are doing very, very well in this match. Good to notice that the 11 count that China passed playing precision is one that all the American precision openers would open. They like to open any random 11 with a diamond, but I think they're more disciplined in China. North would have opened something third in hand favorable, they always do. Meanwhile, it's gone to a more traditional auction. The South could double a club because they have a very safe entrance at the 1 level.
What's your feeling about that? Are you a doubler or a passer?
Well, I'm very solid at doubling, but on 1 clubs, where you can't get into the auction later, I think it's advisable to get in immediately. And I know Helgemo and his lot are very, very bullish about doubling and all these 4-3-3s over a club.
Yeah,
they're less into protection now.
With so much in clubs and such a minimum hand and soft defense in clubs, that would worry me.
But look at the hand even now. With a stiff club, it still was right for North-South to play. They'd lose 3 diamonds, a club 4, a heart 5, a couple of spades, but meanwhile, East-West are going to make a couple of no trumps, so there's really not much bad that's going to happen. But on the other hand, East-West might well get pushed to 3 clubs. They have a 9-card club fit.
Fair point.
What's going to happen? 1 no trump, they let a spade. Going to win the club. I think he'd put the 10 in when the 9 comes up, because North has usually only got 9 and a double nor a stiff, but they could also have king queen 9.
1 no trump may be held to 1, I guess, if the defenders cash their spades, finishing in South and lead a low heart. Declarer won't be able to.
It's trying to work out if South could possibly, if North could have the. So having said that, there are some who would either open third in hand or double a no trump with a stiff club and 4-4 in the majors.
I think you need to
press the button. I think we're on. Okay, now. No, there is an echo coming back.
Yeah, there will be. There's
I put that thing down.
This thing down. No.
Hello. Yeah, now the echo's gone.
What was the secret to turning off the echo?
Yeah, well, if there's a thing that says VG Theatre, and underneath it there's a lever or a thing to get the volume up and down. If you put the volume of that right down, then the echo goes.
Thank you.
Now there's no echo. We've got David Byrne, technical expert, who's working in the background. The other table played 3 clubs and made it. Looked like they could lose at 2 hearts, played 3 clubs, but something happened. Like
maybe a spade lead. Spade lead means that either declarer doesn't lose a spade or a heart goes away. I think you have to lead hearts immediately to get your 5 tricks, maybe. Even then, even then, if you strip off the hearts and spades, strip off the hearts and diamonds when you find clubs of 3-1, duck the first club. Then if you can strip off the hearts and diamonds, you can throw South in with a club and force them to lead spades. With ace-10 facing queen third and the jack favorably placed, you can avoid a spade loser.
This is a good hand for standard because a good hand for strong club because in strong club you can bid this hand and get it off your chest by gradual methods. But in a natural method, you have to make an immediate decision. Do I open the correct bid of a diamond to get all the suits in and risk partner playing there? Or do I open two clubs, which I think most people would do, and then I have to rebid no trumps and miss perhaps a diamond fit?
Yeah,
These 5-4 hands are bad for standard auctions and good for strong. Having said that, North has gone back to the trump bid after one club, one diamond.
I would have done
Probably
that
they didn't
too.
have a forcing bid of 2 diamonds, but
And
some people
notice-
play club, a diamond, a spade as forcing.
Notice that
East
is going to have to guess which of the 3 suits to lead against 3 no trumps. And I promise you I would not get this right. I would be leading either the 10 of spades or the king of diamonds, and I would certainly not be leading a heart. The good news from East's point of view is because the clubs are 4-1, you have a second chance. But
you probably have a third chance as well.
Yeah.
North has got 4 spades, 2 clubs, 6, and a diamond and a heart. That's 8.
Right, but if clubs broke, you would have to lead the king of hearts, Peter.
Yes, absolutely.
And
but there is a slight inference. South didn't bid Stamen, which is
good
small,
point.
But you're right. But certainly the king queen 10 is always tempting. But they would lead. But the question is, if they're playing upside down carding, will they be able to read the 5? It may be even a good hand from the king of diamonds. You could play the 9 from North. I mean, I don't know if they give count or they give attitude. I think Lavazza's probably play. Yeah.
I think he's going to lead the 10 of spades anyway and not have this problem. With this shape, I would have guessed that you're more likely to beat the contract on passive defense rather than giving up a diamond trick. Yeah. But maybe
unless if North had 3 clubs, then you'd have to.
Yep. I agree.
It's all not clear.
The trouble is, though, with soft cards like king queens, unless you catch partner with 5 diamonds, it's hard to see where your 5 defensive tricks come from when you lead from king queen 10 4 of diamonds and it's right.
Then your recommended spade.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, North is going to win the king and play ace and a club.
By the way, which spade should you win? Does it matter?
You're probably going to play the jack, probably. It's the jack or the king. The jack will try and encourage them to continue spades. Make it look like his partner's got king, 3rd of spade. Now, we'll soon find out what attitudes they play. Probably play the 7, saying, don't play a spade.
I think they play upside, yeah. It's a difficult position.
Or maybe that's a count card, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, ace of clubs. And
by the way, yeah, and now
East
has to discard. Yeah, that's not so convenient either, is it?
Especially when they think their partner's got a spade card.
Well,
they might pitch a high heart saying play a diamond.
Yeah. I think in this position they might be playing odd cards encouraging even suit preference. So the 6 of hearts trying to get a diamond through.
Actually, I think a spade is probably fine. It wouldn't be fine. The spade is probably fine because in the red suits, you've got to have something wonderful happening in one of those 2 suits.
In the other room, by the way, they opened a diamond and played there. Admirable restraint by North and, in a way, by South.
But I don't know about Admiral. Lucky, maybe. But
yeah,
this hand. And 4 spades a bad contract, I guess, and normally.
I must say, I like the 1 diamond opening bid, regardless of the results.
I like it, but I hate it when it goes all pass.
It's true, but some of the time, it's only when you have a spade fit that you're really upset about that. And most of the time, partner has a shaded response and doesn't fit diamonds and does have length in one of the majors. They dredge up a major suit response. The auction, a diamond, a heart, 2 spades is the one that I really like when I've got both my suits in below 2 no trumps as opposed to neither of them in with an opening bid of 2 no.
A diamond is the correct bid. It's only not usually the correct bid when it goes all pass.
I hear you.
But they've been rewarded in heaven here, and they've been rewarded with a huge amount of Lavazza coffee coming up, because their one diamond is going to be a plus score. And well, she's thrown a heart, which West is not thrilled about. West might even play a spade back because they have the hand under control.
Yeah.
But they should realize that East. But do they realize East is 4-4-4-1? I don't know. Maybe they think the East could have 5 spades.
Yeah. One thing we do know for sure is West knows that the 6 of hearts is the smallest even heart out because they have the 2 and dummy has the 4. But it's one of those positions where the longer you take to discard, the more partner distrusts your card, because if you had an easy odd even play, you would have played it a lot faster than you did.
I think you're right. I think it was an even card. In a way, it's good because if they'd played a diamond back, he could have gone small to the 10, king of diamonds, ace, and another diamond, and they'll make the contract. So
Yes,
playing a diamond was very good.
Right.
But here,
does Declare have any legitimate chance at this point?
yes, the legitimate chance is that there's only 10 of diamonds on side, Doubleton.
Yeah.
Or king, queen, third. No, king, queen, third is no good. He needs honor 10, Doubleton.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I mean, it may be a packy time of play to win the spade and dummy and play a heart to the 10 to try and dissuade them from ever playing hearts. And now they switch to diamonds, and that would be a tempting thing. But I would give up the one genuine chance of queen 10 or king 10 of diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's unlikely diamond holding, because East with honor empty 4th could well have thrown a diamond.
Right. If they had an even one to throw, and we know they have the 6 if we're postulating king 10 or queen 10 on our right, I'm sorry. I think North knows that East strongly rates to be 4-4-4-1. West didn't know that, but North knows it because the spade suit is known to be at most 4 cards long and has a singleton club. So 4-4-4-1 with a smattering of heart and diamond honors seems likely.
I think, well, North is going to play another spade to the queen.
Mm-hmm.
But probably catch the club, throwing
diamond, I think, just in case. I mean, you don't need that long diamond.
To try and encourage it, diamond pitch by East. But could possibly just play a diamond to the 9.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's kind of echoing. Yeah, queen of clubs. Throw a diamond is my advice.
Roberto Bocchi's 10 of clubs, some suit preference over turn?
Yes, probably. Good play. I love this player. Please write down the name of this Chinese player because they're very, very... Now, king of diamonds, duck. Oh, sexy play. 4 of diamonds, even, but slow one, unfortunately, sounds like a what's it? 7 or 3? I don't know. 3. I think if they're playing low, encouraging. I don't know. Not a good time to ask them, can I look at your card, so that you can then false card occasionally appropriately. You do that before.
I think the 3 was the right play.
Now East is going to the tank, but I think they're going to fall for it. They've got to decide, was the heart player phony or was the diamond player phony? As East remembered South's diamond play, was West looking now at the eight, the two of diamonds or the other diamonds, sorry, the six of diamonds that had gone. I don't remember what was the south other diamond. You sometimes there you go.
Well
That's
done,
what I thought was
Zia.
gonna happen. Well done, not me. Well done to this great play by Declarer.
They would never have thought of it if you hadn't told them.
No, it's the kind of play that it's so much fun getting along, especially on Viewgraph. Now, that's the ace of spades. I personally would now, after the ace of spades, play the three of diamonds. Oh, East is throwing a diamond away, so now even the diamonds are all good. They still believe that North is the ace jack. So full marks to China, and please ask the North if they're free for the next players event in North America. I'm looking for a partner. Super play and really well done. Giorgio made the correct bid of one diamond, but they showed why sometimes correct bids don't always get the correct results. Very well done. A round of applause. I'm going to put them for the best played hand of the tournament so far, certainly that I've seen.
Me too.
David, you saw that hand?
Yeah.
But I'm sure Barry Regal and other journalists are quickly writing it up so they can get it into print before somebody else steals it from them.
I'm not sure what the best signaling methods are, what they could have done about it. But really great effort by the player.
But I mean, the point was, once the heart to the 10 was played, it sowed a seed of grave doubt and succeeded, and that quite often happens. I mean,
I think
it's surprising often.
I think Norberto Bocchi would argue that his play in the club suit on the third round, the 10 rather than the 9, should perhaps have tipped Emanuela Calandra off to the idea that her partner had something in hearts rather than diamonds. But that's a very subtle inference.
And also, when you're playing a partnership that is rarely played together, you're not really sure how much of their cards are suit preference and how much are count and how much are this and that. And I totally agree with you in what you're saying, but I just think these are things that even top partnerships have trouble with. I'm happy because I'm very much into suit preference, and I'm also very much happy into deceptive declarer play. So overall, it was a good hand.
Notice that Norberto Bocchi appears to have left the table as a consequence of that result. There are only three people at the table and a seat that says reserved. So
I think he's gone to get Augustine and say, "Can you play up for me? I need to go take a bathroom break." And Norberto is a great fun to have in the team. I just went to India with him. I played a lot with him. The only problem with him is in the dinner time, when they discuss bridge hands, he only discusses them Italian, so I can never follow whether he's telling everybody how badly I played or how well I played or how mediumly I played, because it's always in a foreign language. He doesn't like to eat curry, so even though we were in India, I love hot food and spicy food, and so does Dennis Bildy. And Giorgio is, always accepts whatever's offered to him. But Bocchi said, no, I don't like curry, I have to eat. So we ate Japanese food in India most of the time, which is quite a rare occurrence. All right, 11. China is completely cruising in this match so far. Incredible. Oh, now this is a good hand. Norberto, you have a chance to redeem yourself.
And a good result coming for the Lavazza team from the closed room, where the final contract was 4 hearts doubled by East-West down 800. 500,
I can give you a tip on that. When Giorgio Dubois doubles of contract, you just write plus in your column first and then worry about how much it's going to be. When he doubles, they go down, as you see here. Well, North's going to open a spade. South is going to be something like a limit raise, 3 spades, and West has got a monster hand and can't keep out of the auction. It's going to double. And East will bid 4 diamonds, and they might avoid 4 hearts like that. But
you can imagine
diamonds is going
even 5 diamonds doubled isn't that expensive by comparison.
Well, 4 diamonds is enough.
Yeah.
3 diamonds is probably some sort of limit raise.
Limit raise with 4 trumps, Bergen style.
West is going to now. Some people play that if it's a limit raise, the double is lead directional, whereas if it's less than limit raise, the double is takeout. That's my thing.
That's what I would. That's exactly what I do. Yes. The only issue with the West hand is, since you know they're about to bid spades, would you rather start by bidding 3 hearts and double spades the next time out?
Hearts are
You
5,
might-
but they're really bad.
Yeah, it's true.
I want to get all my suits in, but I don't want to emphasize hearts too much, because if we're going to be bidding over 4 spades, then I just want to find the best fit. I think.
So what-
Yeah.
That's exactly
Anyway,
what
he's
happened in the other room, by the way. The bidding went a spade, pass, a Bergen raise, West bid 3 hearts, North
Yeah.
doubled, South bid 3 spades, and West doubled for takeout, and East, instead of bidding 3-0 or something of the sort, bid 4 hearts, and now North doubled that. So
But-
in a way, these
But
two
notice
options are
what happened in
remarkably
the other
similar.
room.
Yep.
1 spade, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts. Giorgio meant double as penalty.
Yep.
And South thought it was takeout, because I don't know how it can be takeout, or thought it was, sorry, a game try.
Yep.
Because 3 hearts doubled with most people would be a game try, because that's
Right, whereas-
it's the maximal game try.
Right. Now, in this auction, you could argue that since you're forced to 3 spades, a pass of 3 hearts is the game try and double is a suggestion of defending. So we've got to
certainly.
exactly the same point that we were in the other room, and the question is whether East will take a more cautious approach than bidding 4 hearts. Personally, either 3-0 scrambling or 4 diamonds looks more attractive to me, but
Mind you,
I
they could
can
go
see
for
the
a
full
number
hand.
anyway. But
Yeah.
4 diamonds is, you're going to lose a club, a heart, 2 diamonds, and a lot of tricks in the wash. Club, a heart, 2
Yeah.
diamonds, and at least one. It's going to go for at least 500.
Yeah, but my guess is 4 diamonds is not going to get doubled if they play.
Well, that's a possibility. And again, as I said yesterday, I think the world doesn't double nearly enough. Doesn't matter if they make the occasional one.
If South doesn't double 4 diamonds, who's to say that West won't bid 5?
It's possible, certainly possible. Oh, double. So what happens in 3 spade doubled? We lose a diamond, we lose possibly 2 clubs and a heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. And you might not even lose 2 clubs
Yeah.
if they do something.
Yeah, you can imagine. Yes.
deceptive.
Yeah, so you never know
Well,
what's a good result when you see one, do you, Zia? Minus 500.
Well,
Great
that's right.
results.
There is not this. Say he play ace of hearts, and now he's going to play the king of diamonds and a heart. North could put in. Well, I don't like the. Yeah. You can't false gun now. So you can play the king of hearts on the second heart, and then play the 9 of hearts. And East might well pitch, and now you pitch a club. Now you get an extra trick in. You can
Yeah.
ruff a club later. So Giorgio
Good
is
point.
tempted to play a diamond or a club. I think he's trying to work out the distribution, and should know that his partner's got 4 spades and 2
Yep.
hearts.
Yep.
Therefore, 7 cards in the minors, and therefore
Yep.
playing a diamond wouldn't help. I think he should play a club back now. He hasn't.
Well, he was looking for a quick beat if his partner had an unlikely doubleton diamond.
Very
But he
how
should
would
know,
have a
yeah,
doubleton
that's
diamond?
almost impossible.
Unless they had 6 clubs, 5
By the-
clubs.
By the way, Zia, how do you follow in this position from Jack 6, 5, 4 playing upside down count when dummy has Queen 4th? Do you play second highest?
If I play upside down count, I would just discourage. I
Okay.
wouldn't, if there's a case of possibly a roughing, I wouldn't give the count, the lowest card, if there's a possibility I'm roughing.
Right.
So
I
would just
agree
play
with
the
that.
highest card I can afford, just say don't play
Yep.
the suit.
Me too.
So now you've seen that. Now I think he's going to have to switch to a club.
Yep.
But
Declare
he's never
might.
going to know that, and Declare might play a diamond from dummy one of these moments, and he's going to go up with the ace because he's going to think he needs to cash it.
Yes. The 6 is the card you would play as East from 6, 5, 4 or from Jack 6, 5, 4. And if it's Jack 6, 5, 4, West knows he can't beat the contract. Norberto has left the table again. I would do the same in his position.
He might not come back. I think we need
this
a
time.
reserve.
This time.
Oh, he's back. What is he doing? Can anybody tell me what he's doing? Is he?
I think it's just bad connections.
That's
It's all a computer.
well,
always
he's
blame-
going to switch to a club. There's no doubt in my mind
Yeah.
about that. But he knows his partner can't have the king of clubs.
Also
There's
true.
no real high cards out there. Well, let's put it. So if you're in 3 spades doubled, how many do you think we're going to make here? All right. Now, if North plays the king of hearts and the 9 of hearts,
Yeah.
and East doesn't draft, then he could possibly make 4 spades, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you make 4 spades, that's 90,
10
180,
imps.
230, that's 930.
Yep. 10 imps as opposed to 6. A cheap, doubled, vulnerable over trick.
Well, poor old Giorgio, he says, I never make a penalty double. I doubled them in 3 hearts and I got them in 4 hearts. And I thought that was the best news. I couldn't make a game. And he's going to find he lost points on it. So you never know in bridge what the other table is going to do.
So is Declarer going to play safe?
Well, probably going to. He's going to try and play a low diamond, and maybe Noberto has to check what he does. Or he could play
Good,
a heart
yeah,
king. But heart the king is too suspicious if you later play the 9 of hearts.
Yeah. Yep. I think Declarer may not even risk the possibility of that heart ruff. Given that West bid the suit, he may just draw trumps and give up a club at the end. He'll try and ruff a diamond to hand, tempt the opponents into making a mistake.
Yes, he
And
might
if-
do that. I think 10 of diamonds, nice sneaky card. But then Noberto will not only leave the table, he'll take the table with him.
Yeah, when Noberto is at the table, there's never really any doubt as to whether he thinks he's had a good result or a bad result. You can normally be fairly confident how he's feeling about life.
But I'd like to see a video on the table now, because I want to see his expression when they. And now you see the declarer can still afford to play a diamond from money after the ace of spades, and the more or
Yep.
less the same position. And Noberto basically needs the ace of diamonds to be cashing to have any
Yep.
chance of beating it. So it's a question of
Yeah.
if he knows the heart position, he probably won't put up the ace of diamonds. But
Okay,
now-
Declarer wasn't taking any risks, right?
well,
or
he's going to play a
wrongly.
diamond now. He can afford to play a diamond.
Oh, you're right, because of the the Jack of Hearts entry. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
now here we go, Noberto in the tank. Oh, yalla, kusalola.
No, you can't. He doesn't have the entry back to hand. He's
Still
gonna.
got a couple of.
That's true. Is it? So
Yeah.
Noberto
Before
showed.
the ace of spades, it might have done.
Yes, he had to do
Yes.
it earlier. That's all. The good news and the bad news. But wait a minute. Now, if he went to the dummy with a low heart and exited with a club, get his same trick back and annoy them even
Yes,
more.
a more irritating way.
All right. Well, all right. So making 3 is 730. Pick up 6 imps, as you say.
Yeah.
This incredible match by the Chinese.
Of course.
You've never seen such a. And it's not like the Lavazzas are really playing badly. It's just the boards are going. Sometimes it happens like that. But I would love to have a camera on this room and see. I'd love to see Noberto.
Yeah.
He's got very nice white hair, and I'm sure he's pulling a few of them out.
The steam is coming out of his ears.
All right, you got a 2-heart opening on the east.
Very
Quick
disciplined.
pass. Pass. North is probably going to pass and sit on the good results.
Defenders have the ace of clubs and a ruff, and 2 diamonds and 2 trump tricks, and that looks like 6 top tricks. The club suit is unambiguous on a playing high from Doubleton. North will know what the position is, and they can signal suit preference for diamonds at trick 2. So
Yeah.
it certainly would expect the defenders to take the first 6 tricks or thereabouts.
I think that's what happened in the other room.
Yeah. There's really no justification facing a standard week 2 even at this vulnerability, for West to bid on. West would just be focusing his energies on hearing North balance so that he can double the heck out of him, but not today. Oh.
Well, that's all right. It's not going to matter at all. Because East has got nothing to pitch in a hurry.
Yeah, well, it's still an interesting choice.
I thought he's going to have time to stitch with stiff club.
Yeah, I see the point. Yeah.
East could win the Queen of Spades now.
Yep.
And one is he could finesse the Nine of Spades, or two, he could play low heart and South may tuck it, in which case his club ruff will not be very helpful anymore.
Now, the other thing is that the club ruff is a lot more difficult to take if East is the person who leads clubs. Jack of spades to the Queen and a club to the Jack. North wins it. He's not going to give his partner a club ruff.
Except that he might think of playing a spade back first.
Yeah, he'd play a spade back, I'm sure. And in fact, it doesn't matter that the defender's communication is cut in clubs, because sooner or later, ace of spades is a nice play.
Very reasonable. He wants to play the 10 of hearts from dummy.
Yep, I
now
like
South's
that.
going to play his club.
Might play a diamond.
He plays club now. I give you 2-1, Barry. You can have.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. He'll play a club. I can't.
You can lead
possibly,
a singleton. You don't lead a singleton once, but you never don't lead a singleton twice.
I can't possibly win 2 bits of prediction against Zir in the same 8-board set, so I'm not even going to try.
He's thinking. Think about that 3 of spades he doesn't like, 3 of clubs he doesn't like. Remember, he's got 3 of 3 suits to choose from. He's thinking, can I afford to play a spade just in case partner's roughing it? He thinks partner's got the Queen of Spades, but there you are. As you did well not to bet against, especially after I had a bad day in poker today.
You don't think the North might put the 8 on this? I'm sure he should.
I don't think so for a second.
When Declara plays low from dummy, he rates to have the Queen 7 rather than
if he plays
avoid.
high from dummy, he wouldn't play the same.
Yes.
Matter. He is thinking about it, but he won't. Thinking of his suit preference back. Well, flat board. Lavazza's running out of time in this particular 8-board. So the match is 16 boards before it's
correct,
scored up.
and the score is, yes, it's scored as 1 unit.
Well, I think this was I think Lavazza playing the team that were in second place.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere we can see, and then you can, it's going to change the score table quite highly.
Yes. Ooh, 10 of clubs.
Yeah, I don't like that particularly, but it doesn't matter. It's
very strange.
I think he just pulled a card without thinking.
If, for example, North's diamonds were something like Ace Jack 3rd, would this defense be necessary? Right. Now the defenders play another spade, roughed and over-roughed, and Declara has to lead diamonds herself. And
we will play spade now because he doesn't know that East hasn't got any more clubs for sure, so probably won't play.
That's a good point. You're absolutely right. We can see more than they.
Well, very rare that after 6 boards you can say that the best board the Lavazza team has had has been a push. I think that's probably the first time I've seen that ever.
所以这个
So we've got, so you tell the audience, Barry, about how many more matches to be played and the timings and stuff and what happens.
Right. Okay, so this is a 16 board match. The second 8 boards will follow on directly. And then there's quite a big time gap, I think, until 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where BBO will play Chen Ye over 16 boards. 3 hours after that, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, BBO will play China. And then 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the morning, Chen Ye plays Lavazza. And the final match is going to be a rematch of this one, which on current form may decide the winners of the event at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. Lavazza play China. So essentially, after this match finishes, which will be round about 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, there's a break of 11 hours until BVO play Chen Ye, which is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time, and it will be a rival against the Chicago Cubs playing Cleveland, which will be taking place at the same time. And just in case you didn't know, Zia, that's baseball in the World Series.
Well, so I agree. I don't know much about baseball. I do know about soccer, and there's very good soccer in England and Europe today because of the Champions League matches for all the people who are interested.
But believe it or not, North just let through two hearts by not cashing his queen of diamonds, but by exiting with a club, playing his partner for a 4th heart, apparently. So I think,
weird,
in fact, Lavazza are just about to pick up a
well done,
hard score
Lavazza. You're
swing.
back on the match. You give Lavazza an inch and they'll take a mile. So be careful, China, because Boki smells blood. Yesterday was Halloween in England. Was it Halloween in America as well?
Absolutely. I think we take it a lot more seriously than you do. All the television
England,
programs.
we used to take it seriously, but now gone crazy about it, and people are running around with masks on and, you know, tricks and treating all over the place.
Okay, so in the closed room on this deal, North-South played 3 no trumps and went down a trick. The auction was natural, club, a diamond, a heart, 4-suit forcing spade, 1 no trump, 3 no trumps. And the defenders led the jack of spades, and Declara had 3 diamond tricks, 1 heart trick, 1 spade trick, and 3 clubs, but that's still only 8 winners.
Well, this is very interesting because here you see South has passed the 12 count that was opened in the other room. And I'm
Very
quite happy
surprising.
with that. Yeah, most people open these things, but look at it, because they both got 4-3-3 12 counts and a lot of duplication and kind of too much points in the shorter suits. And 2-0 is the maximum of the hand. Now, I think they may be able to stay out of 3-0 now.
Yeah, I was going to
They
say
played
North
in
might
one
pass
half.
the hearts. North, absolutely.
So there you are. And
I don't
people will be
understand
worried.
South's bid. Yeah.
I'm impressed. I know Michael Rosenberg often passed these hands. Now, this is not such a bad 12 count as some, I agree, because there's no wasted jack, for instance. They're all points, but it's 4-3-3-3. And
But if you
sound
open-
bridge, Al Roth would be proud.
If you
Al
open
Roth would pass the
11
hand out
counts,
round the table.
To me, that looks like
I
an opening
probably
bid.
would open it, but good
Yeah.
luck to them. Man.
I bet you that the reason Michael Rosenberg passed these hands was that he was so far behind in time terms that it was his only chance to try and get back to normal and reduce the time penalty that was coming.
Possibly, but anyway, but I think it's really a huge overrated part of today's modern bridge, especially with the precision strong club players, of opening light hands. Okay, you can open light hands, then you've got to invite on the other
Yeah.
opening hands, but they usually bid game anyway and hope to make it. But I think if someone did an analysis of how many points are lost by that, it'd be far greater than the ones that are won. But
Yeah, you could certainly argue that North on the auction that they had, a diamond, a heart, a club, a diamond, a heart, a spade, and no trump, could just have bid 2 no trumps. So are we going to
on
make?
the other hand, Georgia
Are we going to
probably
make
plays
1
sound
heart?
openings. Well, let's
What's-
have a look. You certainly got 3 diamond tricks. You certainly got
Yeah.
2 club tricks, 5, and it would take a very brave man to say I wouldn't make a spade and
Yes,
2 heart tricks.
I think you're right. I think we're confident. What should you do in the trump suit? Are you supposed
Very
to
good.
duck
Probably
the
duck
first,
1, cash the ace, and then try and go
cross
to
the dummy and play up
one.
to the jack? Yeah, that looks like the right thing to do. You're not in any danger of roughs or forces.
Certainly duck the first
Yeah.
one, then cash the ace, and then you've got a sure 7 tricks anyway. 2 clubs, 3
Right.
diamonds. Well, you've always
Yeah,
got
you
7
might
tricks, but
you
then
might just leave those 2 trumps out and play
Yeah.
on the side suits. Yeah. Well, Declare appears to be doing something different. Maybe they're going to lead to the jack.
2. Where's the 2 coming?
Mm,
2, 2, 2, 2. Anybody who passes the opening bid is going to put the 2 in.
right. I would have played the 3 myself.
No, the 2 is better always because maybe a singleton. Make the opponents hope that you're in a splinter bid. Sad that now, in the old days, Grosvenor plays and things like that were much more used, but now everybody's so serious in bridge, they never have fun throwing. There's a lot of opportunity when you're defending or playing to give and take tricks that you don't really belong to in a way that make the opponents excited for a moment and disappointed later. And
I had
think
I
it's
had
sad
the
that artist. Yeah.
I had the opportunity to give my partner a heart attack last week. I'd opened 2 clubs and rebid 2 no trump with 6 solid hearts, and he showed spades and a minor, and then he offered me a choice of a grand slam with a 7 heart bid, and I could have passed him out in that. He would have had to play 7 hearts, an unbid suit with a singleton, and I had shown a balanced hand, but I decided to bid 7 no trumps. I didn't think I could stand the risk of losing him.
It's more fun. Anyway, I think we lost some of our Bugraph commentary. We might have to go back to the BBO commentary again. So here's another. Oh, we're back on now. Here we go. Okay, so this is another swing. So it's 100 in one room and something like 110 in the other. 210.
Yep.
There's 5 imps or something.
Yep.
So the 5 imps they lost on the last hand, they immediately recoup.
Yep. Maybe this is one more chance for Lavazza. Plus 300 from
One
a no trump.
doubled by West.
It was a no trump passed round to South, who balanced with what looks like a penalty double. And East didn't run. I have to say I would have run with the East hand.
Well, North-South can make 3 no trumps, I think.
Yeah.
So when West went 2 down, I mean, you got 5 hard tricks, 2 spades and 2 aces to start with. So they also play 3-5. They also open a no trump, but very few people can double a no trump for penalty, especially in the pass position.
Indeed, and particularly when it's a real strong no trump. Some people play doubles of the precision as 14-16 no trump as penalties because it's so often 13 that you can't afford to let them steal from you. But this Lavazza no trump is a real strong no trump. In the other room, by the way, they led the Queen of Spades, so Declara emerged with 2 spades and 3 club tricks. Defenders, after the top spade lead, I don't think they could manage more than their 3 aces and 5 heart tricks. Would you, as North, have led a top spade against 1 no trump doubled? I think I would, knowing that dummy rated to have a Yarborough.
Probably would.
Yeah.
Robson probably wouldn't. Robson would lead a diamond, and then, which is worse actually.
Yeah.
Robson hates to lead from honors. I don't in the transfers.
How interesting. Now again,
He
this is an interesting play for declare at trick 1. All the textbooks say you should put the jack up, but bear in mind that if South has king 9/3 or queen 9/3 of spades, he might get trick 1 wrong.
Shouldn't really.
So this is
Queen
going to be
9/3 is ready. Yeah, it's going to be 2, 3, 5. It's going to make 5 tricks or 6 tricks, but it's a good swing to.
Yes, 5 imps or 6 imps back to Lavazza. And the second half of this match is probably going to restart in 5 or 10 minutes. It's actually, I think, due to get underway almost immediately.
All right, well, I'll see you later. I'll go and
Right.
have a glass of wine or something. Yeah, right.
Coffee's here.
How do you turn it off, David?
Well, just
What? It is.
just log off. I mean.
What are all these guys talking about? That's Bridgman, is it?
That's Bridgman, the usual.
The point about Bridgman is the same idiots go there all day long and say the same stupid things and argue with each other for the next 2 hours.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
And then Richard Fleet. So Richard Fleet is, even though he's bad, he's not as bad as some of the Americans.
You're still on, Zia, by the way.
Please,
I can hear
idiots.
you.
So what time we reckon they'll be starting?
He says it's going to be right away.
Well, it's
I think
supposed to
so.
start right away.
Wait 5 minutes. The time, 1:15. You told me.
But it's now 17 minutes past.
So if it starts at 2:30, it'll finish at 3:30.
Yeah.
When did I come here? 1.
Yeah.
So I've got. Oh, that's fine. That's. I'm already losing 3. After I hit 3 jacks and the other guy made a flush.
What? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, defenders cashing out the hearts.
Been there in donkeys. Yeah.
Oh, my back is so bad.
Hello?
Are you here?
No. This is Krista.
User left your channel. User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay, so one no Trump winding down.
User joined your channel.
Emerging with the same 5 tricks he started with after he put the jack of spades up. And that will be 5 imps back to Lavazza trailing 42-10. And I think we have a new tournament leader. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I think this hand is an advertisement for one of my tips many years ago, that when you double a major, try and have queen and one in their suit. You usually make it in the play.
So your idea of the classic preempt would be queen and one, queen and one, queen and one, queen seventh.
As many queens as possible. The queen of the seventh is not necessary.
Yeah. Andrew Robson wrote some very good stuff in his book about partnership bridge, about how it wasn't always desirable to have a classic shape for your preempt because it helped the opponents play all the side suits the way that you would expect them to be.
Yes, and also I think that if you open a 2 or 3 bid with 4 of the other major, very difficult for opponents sometimes with off-shape hands to come into the auction.
You're right. When it goes 2 hearts plus 3 hearts and you raise with 5 spades and 2 hearts, the next guy can't make a takeout double and he can't bid 3-0 because he's only got queen third in their suit. So it can be very hard. Anyway, we're on to board.
Giorgio is going to double.
Yes, because you always do. Whenever double is an option, it's the one that Giorgio normally goes for. What would 2-no trumps be here? Oh, he sold out. Well, he did lead a trump. That was a good start.
East has got a very easy continuation because now they know the whole hand. They've got the hearts beautifully under control. They know South has got a stiff or avoidant club and therefore lots of diamonds. Good lead by Giorgio. If you doubled and your partner had passed, it would be even more beautiful.
When you have
3 spades, 2 hearts, 5.
You might be able to set a diamond up. It takes a long while, but you might be able to.
The long road, as they say, and I don't know if they will get there. It's going to go spade, spade, spade. South will win in dummy, play a diamond, to the jack, or the king, perhaps an ace.
Yes.
Now, Giorgio probably has to switch to heart now.
Yeah, which I think he should do.
Did East win the spade with the ace or the king?
I think king ace.
I think they should have played the ace king to suggest very good hearts.
That's a very subtle point.
I mentioned yesterday, Sylvie Villard, who's Giorgio's partner, is a really wonderful player. She's always smiling, and the best time to play with her is on the blackjack table. We have such good fun. We play in Biarritz every year. We usually lose at the end of it, but we have a few drinks and we have a few laughs. Brilliant, brilliant bridge player. She's been around 40 years at the top of French bridge, which is the best bridge. But he's led a club, and that's not the best because East is going to be a bit end played and have to come back a diamond now. Actually, they could play heart and be quite. I like the heart play. It's going to be difficult to, but a hard play could make you annoy South.
Yeah.
But it's not so easy.
I think if you play a heart, declarer runs it, crosses to a heart, exits with a low diamond, and now the defenders have to do something helpful. So a diamond first is probably better.
I think the ace king of spades would have made this hand.
Yeah, that's
I think
the point.
Giorgio was happy with the diamond coming back. That's why he did this.
In the other room, they played 3 spades down 4. But it's worth emphasizing the point you were just making, if you could say it again, Zia, that when East has a choice of ways to win the ace and king of spades, the normal signal, the one that doesn't carry any message or carries a message for the lower suit, is king ace and a small one. But when you play ace king and another spade, playing them out of order, the implication that you're giving high suit preference is a strong one. So it's not really a two-way signal. The normal signal doesn't carry a message, but the unusual one really does.
Well, and again, I think that, as you see in the other room, 3 spades minus 4, they obviously defended well, but again, another contract that could be doubled. If we see how many contracts go down 2, 3, and 4 and not doubled, all over the bridge world, it's not here, it's just everywhere. I just feel the next step in bridge is for people to double more, because today they open so light they bid again on light values. They're scared to double because their partner may not have what they were hoping for. So people get away by bidding far too much and not being punished. Well done,
Perhaps,
Georgia. Yeah,
perhaps I can give the justification for the contract not being doubled in the other room, which was that Agustin Madala opened the north hand in third seat, a club. So both defenders heard their partner's bid, but neither of them were really confident that they actually had full values for the bidding. Yeah. I mean, if you saw the
well done in the other room that South didn't punish Augustine, because if you open a club and then your partner with the spade, it's quite tempting to bid a few, maybe to get to game. So, yes, I should have seen that, because the third in hand, non-vulnerable against vulnerable, there is almost no hand that Augustine is going to pass, especially with the 5 cards. I'm surprised he didn't open a no trump and let his partner bid Stamen and pass that. But he would have bid too hard, so there you are. All right, so they're going to make 3 spade tricks, 2 heart tricks 5, the diamond 6 down 2, and pick up 3 imps.
Correct.
For their efforts. Bien joué to everybody. Here we got.
This is a very good-looking result. Very good-looking result for Italy, Lavazza in the closed room. Strong no trump raised to 3, and the defenders have 5 diamonds and 2 hearts to take, but no easy way to take them if North opens a no trump. If North doesn't open a no trump, East-West are going to get plenty of chances to lead hearts or diamonds. So I'm confidently predicting a 10-imp pickup at least for Lavazza.
I'm confidently predicting the auction will go exactly the same.
You think North will open a strong no trump? The Chinese are less prone to do so. Yeah.
I would say that the Italians are less prone to do so on 16th counts because they play Gazilli. But on this sort of hand, because it's a limited hand and it's not really good enough for Gazilli, they'd all open an O trump. Now, I don't know the Chinese style, but I predict it's a pretty standard no trump if they're playing natural methods and not weak no trumps or something.
Okay.
I certainly would open a no trump.
Oh, yeah, and me too, but I don't think the Chinese are as prone to do that as we are.
I think you need a New Zealand or an Australian person on lead on the east hand to lead the shorter major. They used to have a theory about that, and it didn't last very long.
Well, like all theories, if you just look at the hands that are good for it, it's easy to work it out in the same way that David Byrne and Taff Anthias's book about leading short suits works perfectly well so long as you always play the cards double dummy on defense. But if you ever actually believe that your partner's leading 4th highest when he puts the 6 of clubs on the table from Doubleton 6-3, life becomes a lot tougher.
All right.
There you go. This is a big pickup coming now for sure.
Well, they might not even get to game now.
Yeah, that's why I said 10 imps is the likely number now.
South will bid a no trump. West probably would pass. North will bid 2 clubs.
Yep.
South will get very excited.
Maybe just bid 3 clubs again, a limited opening bid. It's a good hand, but
I would like to bid like a Bart raised to 3 clubs, like a maximum raise.
I wonder whether North can bid 2 no trumps with this hand, playing precision style.
Are they playing precision?
I think. Well, at least one of the pairs was, yes. So 2 no trumps, I think is.
You're right.
Yeah. So now South has to decide whether to bid 3 no or 3 clubs. For me, that's a 3 club bid.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you think because it's limited to 15.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's played the wrong way up.
They could go with 3 club, which is on paper the best contract.
Yes, but still 1 down in top tricks.
Well, unless they lead a black suit.
I'm predicting the Jack or 10 of diamonds will hit the deck.
I think you're probably right, but
yeah, it's possible that, but there's no way that for North-South to go plus anymore in theory on this hand. and a huge result for the Lavazza team. Although it is one that would be duplicated at many, many tables, I agree. Still, you'd much rather have 630 in the bank here.
I do have a theory that some players are winning players in life, and they do winning things. Now, the North has been 3-0. There you are. So they're going to lose a lot.
He did the right thing in a sense, because he was going to go down in 3 clubs.
He's going to go down more.
Yeah. Yes, but it's cost him like 1 in the process for a chance to push the board.
Defense is much easier
Mm-hmm.
anything. But they are saying in the other room, Augustine opened a no trump, which is reasonably standard, but it seems to have the kind of wind always behind him, and when he opens it, he manages to make 3 no trump with 7 top losers,
Yeah.
When people might open a no trump and the diamonds would be on lead and they go down 3. I believe in some players are much more winning than others. Some guys are less lucky than others. I mean, Michael, my ex-partner Rosenberg, who's one of the greatest players in the world, I always found was slightly unluckier in these sort of lies and falls of the cards than someone like Helgemo, who makes his own luck but is also very lucky and seems to get the good breaks.
Do you think it's a question of whether they expect to do well? It's your natural fatalism that leads to you're always feeling like things are going against you, even if you're getting 49% of the luck.
I think that's part of it. I mean, I always tell my opponents, I'm the luckiest player in the world. And so when they lose to me, they feel, well, I couldn't help it. The guy is not a bad player, but he's so lucky. What can you do? It always, I think, helps to feel confident and lucky. All right. Well, Giorgio is happy with his lead. And the Lavazza team is, how much did they lose on the first 8 boards?
37. No, 32.
32, is it? Well, they're going to be already back about 20 of that. So with 5 boards to go, who's to say they won't win the match? And the moral of the story is keep Noberto Bocchi and the Kibitzer. Sorry, Noberto, I hope you're not listening.
So actually, we were talking about the table at this point in the event. After the first segment of matches, it's the Yay team that is half a victory point behind Lavazza, with BBO 3rd and China 4th.
So this team was 4th, okay.
That's correct. But if they win the match by, let's say, 20 imps, that converts to 15-4, and they would almost be back level with Lavazza after that. Yeah. So they basically need a 20 imp win to catch Lavazza at this point. This is after the score I'm giving you is after the first 3 matches. I think there were matches in the second round which were played earlier today, which aren't included in that total.
Well, this is a slightly interesting hand. I think, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but with all the cards lying as favorably as they do, I mean the diamond suit in particular, it's probably that East-West can make 3 no trumps, but they have 24 high card points.
Yes.
But, and they have good, interiors. The clubs are very good pitches in West, and East has got a few. So spade and no trump, 2 clubs.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're playing Lavazza or not. If they're
2
playing
clubs
Gazzini.
2 clubs was alerted by West in that auction, and I can't tell you what it was, but the 2 spade response looks very, very unusual if it's a Gazzini sequence.
Right.
I wonder whether it's possible that East might have
I
forgotten.
think what it was is 2 clubs said that it could be 3 and 2 spades. Well, I mean, I play 2 spades shows 8 to 10.
Yeah, me too.
Over 2
You
clubs.
play 2 hearts as a transfer there? Is that
I play
right,
two
Zia?
hearts to transfer two spades,
Yeah.
and two diamonds shows hearts. I play.
One of
So
the
here, yeah,
yeah, I like that a lot.
it's gone pass, pass, pass. Spade is going to go.
Yep.
It would be easiest if you open a no trump, even though it's a terrible shape. But I wouldn't open a no trump.
I'm delighted to
make
hear
it-
you.
No, it's got a spade and
Yeah.
no trump, and now we're going to see what machinery Sylvie and Giorgio are playing, because they're probably playing nothing. They're probably just playing very simple natural system, which is French style. Two clubs shows clubs. East will be two spades. And
Yes.
West would probably pass it because
Yeah, this vulnerability doesn't really seem like you should be pushing for a game. Partners 10 of spades is a big spot card. I mean, all those intermediates are working overtime.
I wonder if East should perhaps sometimes overbid on that hand and bid two no trumps.
I have a
With the
lot
nine
of sympathy with that, yes. Jack
trumps,
10 of
West
spades. Yeah.
is like a king.
I think it's worth two no trumps, although it's hard for me to evaluate why that's the case. But those 9 of diamonds, 10 of hearts, and 10 of spades are all essentially half a point cards. So you're looking at a 10 count. Immediately you evaluate your intermediates properly.
But having said that, if you're playing with Augustine or even Giorgio and the partner opens third in hand favorable, you don't. Oh, this is fourth in hand.
Fourth in hand, yeah.
So there's certainly a good case for that. He's going to do the heart, a club, and a spade, and make 10 tricks.
Yes, this will not be an exciting board.
Well, it was exciting in the bidding.
Yep.
In that there was a game to think. I mean, I actually play with Ish in America, and he keeps saying things like these hands should be open to no trump because it's much easier to bid. And as you see in this hand, even though it's ugly to open a no trump, it would solve the bidding problem very, very simply. East would bid Stayman, and that's the end of the hand. So, I don't like it, but I can't argue that sometimes it works. I've had a sneak look at the next hand, and it is a potential swing coming up. I mean, I don't know what they're going to bid, but it's an interesting hand.
And Zia, I don't know whether you have the chat from the BBO highlighted, but there is live video that you can watch if you want, and there's a reference to it in the chat room on YouTube.
Through the live video, can you see the bids as they make them and stuff?
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it myself. I have a limited number of things that I can follow at the same time.
David, can you get onto that? On the chat box, it shows where you can watch a live video of the match.
Yeah, you can do it. I'll just.
But don't put it on here because I won't be able to see the hands. How will I be able to see what they're bidding and playing here?
You can't, but you can see it here. The plot is a bit harder to follow. That's the.
Okay, I know. I've just put it on the screen and you can see them.
Okay, great.
But it's not obvious. Sound overlay, so.
And there's sound overlay.
Distraction if you watch it.
All right. Well, how many hours did you do commentating yesterday, Barry?
Oh, I did about 5 segments, so that's 5 hours or so. And I have to say,
at your rate of pay, you'll probably be a rich man soon.
It's going to take a very, very long time before I become a rich man. The IRS has enough share of my income. If I had Donald Trump's tax losses, I'd be much better off. That's all I can say.
But your life may not be safe for many years. Also, for people who are listening, I want to tell you that Barry Regan is probably the greatest or most prolific writer in the history of bridge. Every single day he writes about 10 columns of articles and newspaper stories and bridge magazine stories and bidding panel stories. So I think he's gone to the Guinness Book of Records for that.
My main forte at the moment is killing off the publications that I write for. It's whatever the reverse of green fingers is, a brown thumb. I seem to have
They
that
keep
with
closing down to
yes.
the bridge column.
If it's not the Observer, it's the Observer bridge column, the New York Times bridge column. Anytime I contribute to something. Anyway, that was a push, and we move on to Zia's next swing board, where
Well, there's a possible swing, as you see, that you can make 6 of whatever you want because the hearts come in.
now
And
if
the
you
clubs
play,
come in.
yes, you can't make 6 diamonds, which is one of your
You can
7
make
card
6
fits, but 6 hearts and 6 no make. Neither of them is an especially great contract. After a diamond,
good 17 opposite an opening hand. They might get there on power sometimes.
after a diamond, a heart, and no trump, would you look for slam as West?
Well, it depends slightly on your style
Yeah.
of opening with. Probably not, but you certainly could look for slam if partner had ace king 10 to 5 diamonds.
Diamonds, right?
Very,
So very
so
good
you
point.
would look. I would look, but I might
Yes, if
not proceed.
if you or I were bidding this hand at the Rubber Bridge Club, we would start at diamond 2 hearts, and life would be an awful lot easier by getting the power of the West hand across. We might find the diamond fit later on, particularly if we bid 2 hearts and later rebid in no trumps. Partner with ace king 10 fifth and an ace and a queen might have the move themselves. The problem here is after West has used new minor. If he just bids 2 diamonds now, it's very hard to get.
They play it's a relay to 2 diamonds.
So this may just be a choice of games, I guess. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 no. In the other room, it was a forcing Stayman auction facing a 13-15 no trump, and West did not look for slam, which is surprising.
One of my rules I used to have with partners is that if I open the bidding and you have an 18 balance count, you have to play at least 4 no trump unless it's a proven misfit. But here this is slightly less. It's 17, but it's a medium 17. Very good hearts, but the rest of the hand is iffy.
Yeah. Now, I guess another factor that you should take into account is that the imps are worth an awful lot more to East-West when they come in down 32. The utility for a 13 imp swing is not 50-50, because if you go wrong and lose 13 imps, it might cost you 1 victory point. If you get it right and you gain 13 imps, you're picking up 1.5 or 2 victory points because of where you are on the victory point scale.
I think you're right. In fact, I think people underestimate how little people do actually swing when they're down. When you're down, you have to take chances. And the chances mean doing something that you know won't happen in the other room. This, you know, is going to be 3-0 in the other room. So you might decide to overbid by bidding 4-0 and hope for everything to work. But it's certainly not clear. We said that they're now only down about 10 or 11 imps in this match.
There were 2 big pickups. One which came when Madala guessed a queen and 4 hearts where they missed game in the other room. So Giorgio will know there's a possibility his side gained 10 imps on that hand. And then a hand where they beat 3 no trumps, where
there's going to be an undo.
Well,
I predict there's an undo coming.
Yeah. It may
I don't believe the declarers played this.
I agree with you. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Well, it's not showing I'm right, but something's happened. There's no way that Clara Sylvie's thing. She might duck the first spade, but she would never return a spade. There's some viewgraph operators. Unless they misclick. Sometimes you do misclick in these things.
Yeah, there are no operators.
Oh, I see. So maybe, because Lavazza, Sylvia said, I didn't play the nine of spades. I touched it and it came automatique. Et c'est terrible. Alors, qu'est-ce que je peux faire? The director, I hope he speaks French. I don't know what the rule is in a tournament like this about when you play the wrong card by mistake.
Yesterday,
And I'm sure, yeah, the spirit is very friendly. So,
absolutely.
but it is. Having said that, down the line, it is a fact that misclicking does occur on the internet, and it could be very, very expensive if you're playing a world championship and you go down in a Grand Slam because you touched the wrong card by mistake. I have to admit that though I'm very fascinated by this tournament, personally, it wouldn't appeal to me to play a major championship on the internet. I find it doesn't give me the same level of enjoyment or concentration as playing at the table does. But having said that, definitely going to be part of the future of bridge, because the costs involved in saving travel and stuff like that is certainly very, very useful, and is going to be part of it. Sylvie is asking for undo. Undo rejected. Horrible. Can you please call that director and say, do you know who Sylvie Willard is? She would never play a spade in normal tempo. Who's that director? Let's discuss it. Let's see who it is.
The name of the director.
No, I think they need to just change a setting in the programs. The Chinese need to allow it. Directors need to allow it, and it might involve just changing the setting.
Well, anyway, this contract is not going to really matter, because she's going to duck the spade now after the director's mean and horrible thing. She's going to duck it, and she's going to never speak to the director again. Or the next time she'll look at daggers in her eyes. She's going to duck it. The Chinese might be very sweet and switch now to make up for the thing. I think that would be a nice gesture. She's asking for another undo after the director said no.
I think they just have to turn it.
They have to do what?
Well, the Chinese players may have to accept it. Sure they will when they're in.
No, but someone came and said that that undo wasn't allowed.
Yeah, the players can.
The players by mistake might have put that. Oh, so maybe the player said to her, ask again, and this time we let you have an undo.
That's something.
All I know is if they don't give the undo soon, I'm going to get a parking ticket. So I please request them to give them undo very, very soon. Augustine in the other room probably has finished the match already. There are actually don't leave if you're watching this match, because there's some very interesting boards coming, particularly board number 8. Don't miss it.
On board number, he's finished board 7 in the other.
The other room, they finished 7 already, so they didn't have any undos there.
And it looks like the match is going to be very close going into the last board, because the Lavazza team have some good results still to come.
Can we go, David? Can we look at the other room while we're waiting for this undo to take place? Or is that going to cause a problem there?
Yes, except that the commentary will still play in this room, so
Okay.
the spectators
Probably.
can go and look at it.
No, I don't come to commentate. I just want to see what. Oh, I see. They're on board 7 anyways. Okay.
Yeah, they're on.
Well, I don't know what's happening here now. Ccba GL, why can't he be undo? Why can't be undo? Oh, so GL, the lady, I think, is not keen to undo. Okay, someone is saying, please accept the thing, it was a misclick. And the Chinese lady is saying, well, why should he have a if you misclicked? And now someone is saying, Maurice
The
accept,
tournament director
you adjust the
said,
score.
yeah, accept the undo or we'll smack you around the head.
Or do so. The Chinese, instead of getting up and beating Maurizio with a kung fu chop to the head, have now finally accepted it. And the play that Sylvie would always make of the 10 of hearts is going to be made. After that, she's going to play a club or another heart. She's going to make 12 tricks as well. We've got 5 hearts, 2 spades, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs. She could claim, but she's probably terrified to claim now because the claim would be rejected by all the concerned. I don't blame the South, because the South lady is used to be playing bridge all her life, and if someone plays the wrong card, she's probably been taught, well, they have to play it. And here, the similar situation happened, but because it was an internet and a kind of goodwill match, I think that the director decided that that wouldn't be a thing. So I think a claim is in order, Sylvie. So we can move on. Coming, she's
I
hesitating.
agree.
There she goes. All right, we accept. This hand, slightly interesting. The other one was interesting because
Yeah,
he
absolutely
stayed all
was.
the way to 5 spades after South was in 5 hearts. But having said that, they were going down in 5 hearts, I presume. They used 2 clubs and a spade.
Indeed.
So here, a weak no trump. North is going to either bid Stayman or get to hearts or bid diamonds in some form.
Yeah,
for weak no trump, I think you just transfer to diamonds.
Yeah, I think North-South are not going to reach game, and I think East-West might buy the hand in a spade contract. Four spades.
Because East is going to bid 3 spades, but West is going to bid 4 diamonds. Ah, that's what happened in the other room, perhaps. 4 diamonds, 4 spades, 5 diamonds. But now I don't know who bid 5 spades, but I wouldn't advise any of the opponents to bid 5 spades over 5 diamonds. That's obviously what happened.
To beat 5 spades, 500 defenders, led a diamond, shifted to hearts. Yes, just
2
cashed out.
A diamond and a spade.
Yep.
Easy enough. 2 no trump. Now East may bid 3 spade or may postpone bidding 3 spade.
Yeah, I would
if it
maybe
goes
delay
3 diamonds, pass.
Yeah.
South, Sylvie's thinking. Now she's thinking, well, if I bid 3 spades and they double me, I can always ask for an undo and go back. He learned the trick of undoing, and Maurizio, the tournament director, is obviously favoring her because he's Italian, so he's Lavazza. I'm just joking. He's a very good director and a very good friend of mine. Right, she's passing and thinking of coming in later. House might bid 3 no trumps. 3 clubs saying she likes diamonds, I'm sure. Giorgio might have doubled 3 clubs because for a lead. He didn't. I would have. I'm very big into doubling those things. Now East is going to bid 3 spades, Sylvie.
Yep.
South will bid 4 diamonds, or maybe 3 no trumps.
Yeah, I think 4 spades on doubled down 1 is a likely result for East-West, and that would be 9 more imps, and that would actually almost level the match.
3 spade is coming in. Sylvie has got the courage of 3 lionesses. I've seen her play blackjack. She doubles everything. There you are. And she always goes for the blackjack. South has got to make another bid here to suggest, but she hasn't now. Giorgio is going to bid 4 spades, or is he? Yes, he is. Now, I think you may be right, Barry. Your predictions are much better than your game.
If I can see all 4 hands, it makes my life a little easier.
Well, South is thinking quite rightly. They're thinking, but they've also got what looks like 3 tricks in their hand: probable diamond, a heart, and a spade. And if their partner's got nothing much else, they're not going to really be saving very much. So it looks like a 500 save against a dubious 620.
I agree.
Or an iffy 620. So. Actually, it's only a 1 down save because they have a very good fit, but that's hard to read. All right, well, North is going to overtake this to switch to a heart. You can take that to the bank. You better go to the bank quickly, because if you're in sterling, it's going down so fast. If you're in dollars, you keep your money. Well, he signaled hearts. The South may have to have a lot of I think it was a mean play.
If you don't
South
shift
has
to
to
hearts,
really
yes,
and
you don't
she can't
shift to
see the
hearts
9
right
of
now.
diamonds.
Yeah.
But I think
It wouldn't be amazing to see a club shift, in which case De Clara will cash the ace of spades and
no, she's done well.
run
She's
clubs.
done
Well done. But you're absolutely right, of course, that North failure to overtake was
I think it's called a
was a very
Scrooge
thoughtless.
play or
Yeah.
Scottish play. Not wasting your high cards if you can afford it, because it's thing. But I think it was reasonably safe to overtake it.
Do you
And
think De
then I
Clara
would
will
say
lead
to
a
play
low
the King
spade?
of Hearts. Sorry?
Do you think De Clara will rough this and lead a low spade out of her hand?
Well, I think the Queen is the more sexy play, but I don't think she'll do it.
You're
I
right.
don't think it would
Queen
work
is a
either.
good play.
It's a good
Queen
play,
of
but it wouldn't
spades.
work.
Come on. Boo.
I don't know why you're going to dummy, Sylvie.
Well, you play the Jack of spades to the ace, maybe.
Counting points.
I guarantee you would have played the Queen of spades from hand. And sooner or later it's going to work.
Sometimes works. Then I lose to the Bear King, and they laugh at me even harder than they did before. Well, she's counted the King Queen of Diamonds, and she's counted the Ace Jack of Hearts, and she's counting the fact that she's going to go down. You can count on that. The thing is to play a card and turn it upside down, so that the South plays one before they know what you've played. And if they played the king, you say, well, I played the ace. They should be allowed to play one card upside face down in the middle of in a bridge game. This would be my choice for this hand. And South would have to guess whether you played the queen or the ace.
They're currently taking suggestions on law changes, Zia. You should
That's
put
my
that one
suggestion.
forward, yeah.
No, I would give you very easy law changes. I would make the penalties much bigger for the first trick that you double. That to double for one down becomes a very profitable exercise and should be the biggest penalty. That you get 300 for the first trick, because then people will be doubling for one down. Judgment will be greatly improved. The spectator value will be greatly improved. Also, I would give much higher marks or points for a Grand Slam, a bigger bonus. So people big Grand Slams on finesses more often. That's more. All right, here we go. It's a nice hand. What can they make?
Okay.
Well, they make a lot of spades or clubs.
Well,
the spades
I
don't
mean, we
break.
can see 5 clubs, 1 diamond, 4 spades, and a heart is 11. So if you can take 2 roughs in one hand or the other,
Well,
you
2 roughs and spades
certainly
makes 7. Easily you make. You say you win the heart lead or win the diamond lead with the ace, you rough a heart, play ace and a spade to the king, rough another heart, back with a club. Thank you, 7 made. Now in the other room, they played 6 clubs, which is certainly reasonable.
Would you, as North, bid 4 diamonds over 3 diamonds, or would you bid 4 spades?
I would bid 4 diamonds. Because when partner bids 4 hearts and I bid 4 spades, I would show clubs and spades.
Yeah.
But having said that, well, mind you, having said that, then South should bid Blackwood.
Yep.
Or 4 spades. And no,
South hasn't.
North has got longer clubs and spades and counts the tricks now.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't know whether it was 5-4-2-2 or 5-4-3-1 and which way. So I predict they're going to play 6 spades here.
Yes, I don't know that South has, facing a past partner, will even look for a Grand Slam. Might just bid 6 spades.
Yeah, well, now North
at
is
this
actually,
point.
as you see, there's bid 4 spades. The
Yeah.
South is going to bid Blackwood.
I guess you might find 2 aces and a king.
Well, you might stay out to 6 when your partner has got no aces. Jack to 6 spades and king to 4 hearts or something.
6 spades was my choice here. I'm
Well,
on a roll.
you and
Yeah.
GL should go on a date together the next time you see her.
Mhm.
And you can ask for an undo if it doesn't work.
So this is going to be maybe 2 or 3 imps back to China. They
But
won
they
the
need them,
first.
Paul. They've had
Yeah,
a very tough 8 boards after a
yeah,
wonderful first 8 boards. So it's been a really
yeah.
interesting match, swinging all over the place and ups and downs. And the moral of the story is put Augustine in when you're in trouble. But the
Yes.
rats already know that. How was the bidding in
So
the other room? Would it be interesting to see?
3 diamonds double past 4 diamonds, past
A
5
good bid.
diamonds from south, past 6 clubs from north, and south passed that out. They might have bid 6 diamonds over 6 clubs.
4 diamonds plus 5
Yeah.
diamonds plus.
Well, I mean, Augustine bid what I would have bid, which is 4 diamonds. And actually, I forgot, South shouldn't bid 4 hearts. South is too good for 4 hearts, probably. 5 diamonds was a good bid that Benedict Cronier made.
Yeah. Notice Declarer played the king of spades at trick 2, which is probably not the right thing to do. It's probably right to ruff a heart and use those entries.
Yeah.
And now this is not a good line at all.
Well, it doesn't. She can still ruff a heart with the ace, play the jack of spades, and come back. She's now only making 12 tricks.
Yeah, very careless. Okay, so that is the end of this segment. And
No, we got one more. Oh, that's the last board. That's it.
yeah,
All right. Well, I think you might see the last of me for a while. And I'll
And
see
the
you
next-
tomorrow. And thank you very much.
right. The next match will be played in 10 and a half hours' time, I think. It's BBO against Chen Ye. And that will be coming from Seattle, I guess. Okay.
Is Bill Gates playing this match again, next match?
Probably 8 of the boards, I would think. Probably the first segment is my guess. Okay,
Good.
see you all.
He played very well yesterday. So, all right, goodbye, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
User disconnected from
This
your
is the
channel.
classic scene of a player realizing they've completely screwed up a hand and trying to work out whether if they take long enough, they can turn time back and start renegotiating on the earlier play. We've all been there. It's painful. It doesn't get any better the longer you take to make the play. Declarer will have to ruff a heart, cash the last spade winner, go to a club and hope they're not 5-0. And that gets you 12 tricks. What is Declarer doing? This is a truly impressive way to try and go down in this contract. One of the worst lines of play from an expert player that I think I've ever seen. Absolutely ridiculous, with 13 top tricks relying on clubs 3-2 onside to make even 12 is just humiliating. Not a good note on which to sign off. Goodbye, everyone.